Melbourne Knights returned to the scene of their FFA Cup qualifying victory to take on rivals South Melbourne in Round 18 NPL Victoria action. The game was the first meeting between the two former National Soccer League heavyweights since their quarter-final clash, which ended in a 2-0 win for the red, white and blue. Both sides were in fine form heading into the contest, with South Melbourne sitting on top of the table, while the men from Summer Street were undefeated in their last 6 matches in all competitions. Knights head coach Andrew Marth made 2 changes to his last NPL side, which defeated Dandenong Thunder, with Nick Serbanovsky and Anton Kovacic dropping to the bench. Sam Torrens, who started in the midweek Doherty Cup game, replaced Serbanovsky in a like-for-like swap at left back. The return of the previously suspended Tomislav Uskok pushed Kovacic out of the starting 11, with Milan Batur dropping back into defence to make way for the Knights as deputy vice-captain. For South Melbourne, head coach Chris Taylor made only 1 change to his squad that toppled Hume City 2-0 last Sunday. Former Melbourne Victory youth captain Matthew Theodore dropped to the bench to make way for Tyson Holmes. Holmes had replaced Theodore after coming off the bench in that victory over Hume, with his start against the Knights, his first since facing Heidelberg United nearly a month ago. Talking you through the highlights for Knights TV, your commentator, Teo Palazziri, and his call team.
It's going to be the Knights in all black kicking off to the city end. South Melbourne to attack the Lake end in the first half. And the referee, George Lacranitas, gets this one underway. It is Melbourne Knights taking on South Melbourne at Lakeside Stadium. One of the biggest matches in Victorian football. And the Knights are passing all the way back to May from kickoff, who then clears long. We'll get a read on the pitch in the opening moments because Tony Lasco, it was very slippery. Oh, we'll stay with play. Holmes is passing and now Reed with a shot from the right. Now finds Alinejad, breaking into the attacking half, weaving through and finding Vizovic. Wanted to turn onto his left foot, got caught in possession. And now South Melbourne breaking through. Lujic beats the back line, advances into the area, turned onto his right foot for the finish, and it's blocked away by May. And the home fans, they were going up. They thought that was going to be a goal, but not to be. A good save by May. And now trying to advance into the area down the left is Epifano. Has the ball knocked off his feet, lays it back now to Timmins, and his attempt at a cross is deflected out for a throw.
Oh, superb save by May, and exactly what South Melbourne wouldn't have wanted.
So it's Epifano to take. Players waiting at the back post. Hits it high. Eager brings it down, shifts onto his left foot, tees it up, and now it's in 1-0! And it's Timmins who scores, the left back, receiving the pass from Michael Eager. A goal constructed by the South Melbourne defence has put them in front. And in the 13th minute, it's South Melbourne 1, Melbourne Knights 0.
I just spoke before the corner how important it was for South Melbourne to take their chances, and they've certainly done that. I don't know what the Melbourne Knights defence was doing there. There seemed to be 10 in that defensive area, and they sort of seemed to stop there before the shot was taken, and basically just allowed him to just step up and really pull the trigger, and a really disappointing goal to concede for Melbourne Knights.
We'll stay with play. Ball into the area. Holmes deflected pass. Here's a chance for Reed, and he plays it through the 6-yard area. He couldn't bend it goalwards, and the Melbourne Knights defence sweep in to take it away. But that's exciting. The 29th of July, there's a number of FFA Cup ties that are non... Oh, we'll stay with play. Ball's been intercepted by Marla. Saw May off his line, and well, it was neither a cross nor a shot. Perhaps the eyes lit up about scoring from deep on the right, but he only proceeded to balloon it out for a goal kick. Vizovic swings the ball into the area, nodded away to the top of the box. Lujic on defensive duty, only as far as O'Doherty. Plays it to Kovacic. He turns, and it's a great save by Saldaris. He volleyed it up to himself, wheeled around on the right foot, and then stung the fingertips of the South keeper, who puts it out for a corner.
It was a very dangerous ball initially from Vizovic, and South Melbourne did very well to clear it out. Unfortunately, it went straight to the Melbourne Knights number 10.
He's going to cross it to the penalty spot. It falls. Musa with a chance, and he can't bring his feet around to pull the trigger on a shot. He took the ball on his instep, and then he was just desperately trying to plant his left foot and swing his right at it, but he just couldn't get it down in time, and the ball is hacked away, and now a second time ball coming in is collected by May in the air. Now Jawadi. Pass it to the centre for Uskok. It's been intercepted. And now Vizovic can't retain possession. Uskok slides it down the right-hand side. Here's a chance for Vizovic now, advancing. It's being guarded by Musa, who lost his footing ever so briefly. Ball into the area, and it's in. 1-1 equaliser. Stipo Andresevic scores, and the Melbourne Knights have the reply. South Melbourne defence went to sleep. The ball in from the right, and Andresevic diving in is able to score the equaliser in the 30th minute.
Yeah, absolutely. It was against the run of play, I would have argued. Vizovic has come in well. He's cut it onto his left foot on the far right-hand side, and it was a bit of a tumble from the four players. We couldn't see who got the final touch, but it was the Melbourne Knights number 9 from the looks of it, and South Melbourne players were calling for onside. It hasn't been given, and it's rolling into the back of the net, so it's South Melbourne 1, Melbourne Knights 1.
So Vizovic with 3 in the wall to take it left-footed, blazes that one over, and it goes to waste.
Not the worst opportunity, not the worst shot there from Vizovic, but yeah, I mean, worth every shot. But wow, look at Melbourne Knights, it's 1-1 now, and we were only saying just a few minutes ago how South Melbourne really could have blown this game away and really sort of had it in the bag by now. And
high ball over the top, Reid counter-attack, top of the area, 2-1 South! Route 1 football works a treat, and Jamie Reid puts South Melbourne back in front just 2 minutes after Melbourne Knights had equalised. In the 32nd minute, it's South Melbourne 2, Melbourne Knights 1.
And talking about defences going to sleep, the Melbourne Knights had their backs to the ball as the goal kicks went straight up into the air. Jamie Reid is forced onto it, and Chris May has come out, but Jamie Reid, a very, very smart finish, just tapped it past him, and that's the price you pay.
Now Jawadi. Marla, pass intercepted by Linejad. Knights again with another chance. Vizovic does well. Spins on the ball and passes to Linejad, left side of the area. He wants to cut onto his right foot and does. Now across high, headed by Andresevic. Volley by Uskok, not much power behind it. And it rolls into the path of Saldaris. And it's going to be taken by Vizovic. City end of the ground. In swing into the near post, and it goes over the bar. Uskok rising highest, but he couldn't flick it on. Very tough angle, and it's out for a goal kick. Marla hits it long into the attacking half, wrestling between Gergic and Lujic, and coming out off his line, May is acrobatic because he didn't want to take possession of the ball and put hands on it. Holmes now lays it off to the left side of the area. And here's the opening goal scorer, Timmins. Puts it back now to Epifano, cuts in board. Can't get round his man. Well guarded initially there by Gergic, but now a follow-up from Timmins. Now Holmes. His attempt at a left-footed pass falls into the path of Lujic, and a mishit shot turns into a perfectly weighted assist. Luck is a fortune indeed for South Melbourne. And in the first minute of stoppage time, it's South Melbourne 3, Melbourne Knights 1. Milos Lujic scores, but Tyson Holmes, when he hit that left-footed through ball, I don't think he was expecting it to turn out to be the perfect assist. That is the half-time whistle. 2 minutes of stoppage to end it. It's South Melbourne 3, Melbourne Knights 1, and Milos Lujic has put them in a winning position at the break. Ball on the left. Straight back out of bounds for another throw. Don't forget hashtag NPL Vic is how you can communicate with the broadcast. We are live and interactive tonight, so send us in a tweet. Ball into the area. Flick header on by Andresevic, and it lands on the roof of the net. Nearly something out of nothing. Ball into the area, headed away by Andresevic, back on defensive duty. Hatzakostas thought about the Hollywood volley, tried to bring it down, and was caught in possession by Linejad, and now coming out of defence, Uskok turns the ball straight back over to Hatzakostas. Down the right-hand side, ball into the penalty area. Overhead kick, spectacular stuff coming in from Reid, but he couldn't keep it on target.
The captain leading by example at the moment, and hopefully a good ball here can put Melbourne back into it.
Ball into the area, headed down, and it was Doyle with the chance, straight into the grasp of Saldaris.
But again, back on your point, Ryan, Savikovic showing his experience and why he was 2013 VPL Player of the Year. He had no right to really win a foul there, and he's positioned his body perfectly to get to draw that foul from Musa.
Musa heads the ball away from the top of the area. Vizovic unleashes a volley. He is capable of the spectacular, but it is straight at Saldaris, who holds, and Andresevic was following it in. So centre-back for centre-back here. Milan Batur must be hurt, you would suspect, or maybe it's just the effect of 120 minutes the other night, Sean Moran, but he's coming off, and Kovacic, who we saw come on for the Knights as a substitute in that Doherty Cup semi-final, is into the game. Set-piece opportunity for the Knights. High corner from O'Doherty, falls at the back post, and Kovacic, the sub, got up, but he couldn't get his header down, and it slides out for a goal kick. I genuinely think it's about 1,200 people here, including the corporates behind the glass here inside the stand at the Lakeside Stadium.
Yeah, it's a healthy crowd. It's one of the better crowds that we've had.
Here we go.
To do here, off the ball, Kovacic has got himself into a bit of a show of strength, puffing out the chest, and the South Melbourne man was Tyson Holmes, who's never afraid of a bit of a confrontation. Lujic has gone in, third man in, and just like the first half where we had a bit of a to-do, it looks as though the cards are out of the pocket on this occasion. Vizovic to take, swings it in, flick header on, and it was Timmins, and he tests his own keeper, but Saldaris is equal to the task and makes a good save. Chris Stefani is coming on for the Melbourne Knights, and it looks as though Torrens is coming off, so this might be the tactical shift we were speculating about, or maybe they'll plug him in at left back. We'll have to wait and see. Right here on cue, ball over the top, Reid brings it down out to the left side of the area, and then Kovacic, who's just on the angry pills, I might suggest, having come on and got himself into a bit of a to-do, slides through. Very lucky he didn't get the man, otherwise it might have been cards. Instead it's out for a throw. He got all ball. Now Timmins bringing it in, cross into the area. Time and space for Holmes. No one was marking him. What on earth happened? He turned and he just shot straight into May, who charged out and made himself big. Ball out to the right-hand side. Uskok brings it down. Alinejad takes possession. Will have to cross by the near man. It arrives at the back post, and Andresevic could not head it in. He headed it down into the ground at the back post, and then it bounced out. I think it may have gone over the bar rather than wide of the post. Very nearly 3-2, and Stipo Andresevic on the end of what was a great ball from Cheyenne Alinejad. Tony Lasco, we will come to you in a moment, because Kovacic is breaking for the Melbourne Knights. Turns inside, Jawadi, right-footed shot. It bounces in front of Saldaris and expelled it. But Andresevic coming in for the follow-up was just too late. And the Melbourne Knights are attacking. We'll get to the remaining sub they've got up their sleeve in a moment. Ball from Andresevic out to Alinejad on the right. Cuts inside. Timmins, left-footed shot. And it's in! Cheyenne Alinejad gives the Melbourne Knights a lifeline. His left-footed shot looked like it may have taken a little deflection. Saldaris definitely got a piece of it, but there is hope for the Knights. And in the 84th minute, it's South Melbourne 3, Melbourne Knights 2.
I'd say it's a deserved goal. I think it's been coming for the last 5 or 10 minutes from Melbourne Knights. Whether it's too little too late, we'll see. They've got 7 minutes left to come back into this match, but the effort from Kovacic and the nice little run from Andresevic as well is really delivered something. And Alinejad, a nice little cut into the box. His left foot, yes, it's taken a deflection, but it's enough.
So Melbourne Knights deep in their defensive half. Doyle is going to hurl it down the line. Push by Reid, no foul paid. Lujic now takes possession. Deep on the left, crosses into the path of Jawadi. Now he slides through. Holmes, this is to seal it, and it's a great save from May. Coming out feet first. And Holmes advancing into the area through the left side, unable to slot it past, and the Knights will launch a counter-attack. Stefani playing it down the left-hand side, looking for the run of O'Doherty. Saldaris comes out in a keeper-sweeper style and puts the ball back to the right sideline. And now Kovacic sweeps onto the ball for the Knights. Poor pass though, turns it over Holmes. They're under pressure here. Here's Epifano breaking down the right. Lujic is all on his own in the penalty area, and that's the fourth! South Melbourne will win 4-2! And the NPL may be theirs! A stinging counter-attack, and just as the Melbourne Knights look to be turning up the heat, trying to find an equaliser, who else but Milos Lujic to make it South Melbourne 4, Melbourne Knights 2.
Well, the man I feel most sorry for on the pitch right now is Chris May as he lays down on the ground. You know, he's only a couple of seconds earlier kept Melbourne Knights by pulling out an amazing save to keep them into that in this match. And, you know, they go down the other end and all of a sudden, you know, all their defenders have pushed up and they've left him, you know, all by himself. And Milos Lujic with the easiest of tap-ins.
And now Marla at right back is going to run out to the sidelines and hit it long. We've played 2.5 minutes of stoppage time. It's 4-2 South Melbourne's way. Gergic denies Lujic the ball on this occasion. Perhaps still sniffing a hat-trick. I'm pretty sure these 2 goals might take him back to the top of the scorers list, if I'm not mistaken. Ball into the area. Alinejad is on the right, cuts in board for his double. Saved initially the first time by Solaris, but not the second time. Cheyenne Alinejad's got 2. It's 4-3, and with 3 minutes of stoppage time played, it is South Melbourne 4, Melbourne Knights 3. And it would be amazing if they can do it from here. But we did see a 95th minute goal on Tuesday night, Sean Moran, so never say never.
No, never say never at all. And Alinejad almost replicating his first goal there, cutting in board instead of going and putting the cross in and really, again, putting a great shot on goal.
There it is, full time, straight after kick-off. It's South Melbourne 4, Melbourne Knights 3, a real classic. This game was billed as a big one between the 2 former NSL giants, and boy, oh boy, it has delivered.
Chris, obviously it's a disappointing result, especially after the form the club's been in over the last few weeks. How are you feeling straight after that?
Yeah, of course it's disappointing. Obviously they're top of the league, so they're expected to win most games anyway, but we came into it pretty much full of confidence, and unfortunately we've gifted them 4 goals, and we've had to work hard for our 3 goals, and they come away with the win.
From your point of view in goalkeeper, what do you think sort of went wrong for that to happen to concede 4 goals?
I don't know, you can't dig people out, but, you know, it's just people maybe not doing their jobs, or it's hard to say, you know, sometimes things just happen like that, and there was a couple of lucky things. You know, the first goal was a big deflection. I think it's their 3rd goal, the guys completely mishit one and it just lands at the striker's feet, but then, you know, we should have cleared the ball, and then the 4th one, obviously, Tonch has given the ball away, and unlucky for him, but, you know, it costs another goal, and yeah, it's just the way it goes, I suppose.
It's the first loss in quite a while. Do you think the boys are sort of in the right state of mind to bounce back from it pretty quickly next weekend? Yeah,
definitely. We, like you say, first loss in a while. Not many people, I don't think anyone's come here and got a result. I mean, we did in the Cup, but I don't think anyone has in the league. So, yeah, we're disappointed, but of course we'll bounce back. We scored 3 goals against a good side, and obviously we've given them a few gifts. So on another day it would have been a different result, I would imagine, and I don't think anyone's too disheartened. We just move on to next week.
South was obviously very good. What did you make of them?
Good side, they're top of the league for a reason. I don't think they've had any injuries or suspensions or anything, and if you have that during a pretty short season, then you're going to be on fire. And obviously, given Oakley's result on the weekend, they were obviously pumped and they got the result that they needed.
There's a big couple of weeks coming up. We've got Goulburn Valley away and then the Brisbane trip. I guess you must be looking forward to the opportunity to play in games like that, but it's obviously going to be very busy as well. How's Stabber going to manage that, do you think?
He just asked the question in the change rooms, are the boys feeling tired? Because obviously, like you say, we've had a lot of football and we've got a lot coming up, but I think because of the results we've been having, obviously apart from today, everyone just wants to get back out there and put things right and do it again. So, I mean, I reckon at the moment everyone would train every day if we could. So there's no one's disheartened, everyone just wants to keep going, and obviously looking forward to getting the game against Goulburn out of the way and hopefully get a result there, and then go up to Brisbane and get a result there.
On that Brisbane game, it's obviously quite unique at this sort of level to have the opportunity to play interstate. How are you looking forward to it, and the other boys as well? Are they up for it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I suppose for me it's something I've done a number of times in England, because it's, you know, the FA Cup's something I've played in, and it's different out here and it's going to be exciting. People don't, like you say, don't really get to play interstate apart from maybe pre-season friendlies and stuff like that. So everyone's really looking forward to it. I don't know too much about them, but it's going to be a good trip, and hopefully we'll get the result and get another good draw.